This box is one of the most affordable espresso machines, with an integrated grinder that will make you question if you really need to spend over $300 on an espresso machine. Let's open it up. Now, when I first saw this machine, I was immediately drawn to the design. It's got this really cool retro futuristic vibe to it. And it looks like something that would be way more expensive than it actually is. This is definitely a good-looking machine, and it comes in a few different colors so you can match it to your kitchen aesthetic. It's also relatively small, which means it won't take up too much counter space. It's about the size of a typical espresso machine without a grinder. It comes with this nice little tamper and this single wall basket. There's also a pressurized basket in the box as well, which we'll talk about in just a second. The machine itself has a built-in grinder on top, which is really convenient. You don't have to buy a separate grinder, and you don't have to worry about getting them synced up, because they come as a package. The way it works is you simply turn the dial to the coarseness that you want. This dial has markings from 1 to 18. Now 18 is the finest grind and 1 is the coarsest. Somewhere in the middle is where you're going to want to be for espresso. The way you know that it's ground is by this really satisfying little pop sound that it makes after each grind. Now there are 2 ways you can use this machine. One is with the pressurized basket, which will give you a more consistent shot. This is great if you're new to espresso and you don't have a lot of experience pulling shots. If you're more experienced, you might want to use the single wall basket to get a more intense flavor and more control over the shot. The machine has an included steam wand which works pretty well. Wanding is easy and I didn't have any issues with it. It also has this really cool knob on the front that allows you to set the temperature. It can go all the way up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit or all the way down to off. The portafilter has a 54mm thread, which means that if you want to upgrade to an aftermarket filter or a different style in the future, you absolutely can. On the bottom of the machine is where you put your portafilter, and then you can brew directly into your cup. There's also a spout cover in the box, which will allow you to brew directly into a smaller cup, or if you want to use a French press or another brewing device. The machine has a pressure gauge on it, which lets you know how much pressure you're getting. When I tested it out, I found that it gets up to about 9 bars of pressure, which is pretty standard. It also has this really neat little drip tray. It's clear so you can see how much water you've brewed. And it has a hidden compartment where you can store the power cable when you're not using it. Now, let's talk about the pressurized basket. The pressurized basket has 18 small holes, instead of the typical 1 or 2 large holes that you'll find on a traditional portafilter. The benefit of the pressurized basket is that it allows you to use lower quality coffee, or even pre-ground coffee. It also gives you a more consistent shot, because there's less of a chance of channeling or getting an uneven extraction. It basically makes it much more difficult to screw up your shot, because it's going to be more forgiving. If you're a beginner, this is probably the way that you'll want to start. Once you get a little bit more experience, you can switch to the single wall basket to get a more intense shot. Overall, I was really impressed with this machine. I think that it looks great, and it's a really good value for the money. You're in the market for an espresso machine, and you don't want to spend a fortune, I would definitely recommend checking this one out. I'd like to thank you for watching today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing, because there's lots more content coming. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next video.